that's it for the video. Hi guys, everybody. I got the thumbnail done this morning, and then we got out to the shed and started doing trim, and it was hot. And we did some painting and some more trim and some more cutting and some more painting and some more trim. And then discovered that my new overhead camera had been delivered last night. We didn't even know it. So then we came in and got out of the heat, and then I worked on that for a bit and did a video with that, which Susan was here and Linda saw part two. So I never got back around to finishing out, and so that's what happened today. Been a busy day. It's hot here, very hot for our area. So let's see. Yes, Tamara, I just saw them. That's why I didn't open right at 6:30 because I saw them. I thought I'll just pull those in right now. It'll be easy. Anyway, how is everybody? So, hopefully tonight we'll have better overhead camera look at for the books and for my art. And I switched back to my old 5D Mark III as my main camera. So what you see there, sorry. Yeah, just because Bob wants his M6 back because it's a quick and easy little kind of pocket camera to take with him. And like if he's going to go to Phoenix in a couple weeks. Gosh, is that a couple weeks? Maybe 3. Ugh. Anyway, it's been a day. Hi, Linda. Thank you for being here. And Susan, she's saying hi. It's Sunday night story, and it's art. Woohoo! Best night. Tamara's here. Thanks. Susan is here. Susan was in earlier when I was opening my Canon PowerShot V10, which is literally was the size of my library card. It really was. It's not much. It's a little thicker, of course, but it's fit in my hand like a library. It's so cool. But it's not as tiny as, doesn't feel as tiny as the other things. It's got a bigger screen, and anyway, it's just, and then, yeah, I'll tell more about that in just a minute. I'll stop rambling, and I'm going to finish saying hi. As we do, the first thing, say hi to the bucket fillers. Yes, Susan's here. Good to have you here. And Tamara's here. Have a bad day. Well, a bad week. Oh, I'm sorry that he's having a rough time. Whew, it is. I told you guys, did I tell you guys that the good news is that we got the needle biopsies back from Bob's thyroid. He had to have 3 of them. We've been waiting since April to have the biopsies done. Then they wanted to cancel it and move it to the end of August because they didn't have anybody. So he finally got in, and it came back negative, all 3. So yay, just a nodule that they don't even have to do anything with it. Yay. So that was good. I think I got that news last week. Yeah, it's been kind of a thing. Although it seems to think that the hotter each degree of temperature deserves at least 1 or 2 more cookies or treats. Hey, Stephen, Mr. Wicks, how are you? Good to have you here for Sunday night story time. And Linda's, her stuff isn't sorted. She's a disaster. Watching both your live clips today. Thank you. The second one was funny because Bob was pulling up on YouTube, watch the guy that I watch. I tell you, when all else fails and you get the words wrong, yeah. So let me come back to that on the wording. Hi, Lupe. I saw that you were here. I got your stuff. Thank you. Stephen, we're in for story time tonight, and it is art show and tell from the bucket fillers here. Send in some of their artwork, and we get to take a look at that in just a few minutes. But yes, it is a big relief, Tamara. We're very, very grateful. So I'm prayers and fingers crossed for Adrian that he gets better. So anyway, back to this new camera, Canon PowerShot V10. It's a little vlogging camera, but it can be used as a webcam. Well, it can live stream too. So it just goes to show how important, like, you get the right terminology for the right thing. I was trying to set it. I unboxed it, opened it up, and because it is a Canon, and I am a Canon girl, I've had Canon longer than I've had Bob. Canon and I have had a long-term relationship, and generally has been always very good, very good. I know their menus, I know their setup. In fact, that was one of the things that somebody said as a con for it was the menu management system, and I was like, "Oh, hello, that's Canon all the way. I get that, how to navigate it. I find other systems to be completely weird." So anyway, I was going through this and getting it set up because Ecamm can recognize cameras like that. You don't have to do a whole lot of stuff. You don't have to, I mean, it just, if it's a webcam, it's going to see it. And I can usually figure that out. And I was getting all the settings and I got it connected once, but it was showing that it was there, but it wouldn't show a picture. And that was a problem. Oh my gosh. Okay, using the 5D Mark III with a 50 millimeter is like, way clear. I need to put some kind of filter on so that I'm not so. Oh my gosh. Oh well. Keeping it real. Anyway, so I had it there, it wasn't showing, and I got it showing all the little things. I was going through the menus and everything. I said, okay, you guys, I just can't get it to connect with it, but I can get it to take a video, I can get it to do this and all that other stuff. So I was very pleased. And it goes 4K. So I kept what I was looking for in all the menus was I was looking for live stream. I went and I sat down with Bob and we were looking, and I decided to kind of do a search on my phone, and I come across this guy that says using the Canon V10 as a webcam. I went, oh, that's right. I'm not trying to actually live stream with the camera. I'm trying to use it as a webcam. And he said, there's one setting that you have to change. And it took me forever to find it. And it's over in the fourth menu. It's in the tool wrench menu in the third chapter of the tools, second or third part down. Click on it and instead of photos, you have to choose streaming and something else. It's just one little setting. You have to choose something different. As soon as I did that, boom. Connected, showed up, no problem. Everything is groovy. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. But just shows you got to use the right words sometimes. Anyway. Oh, yes. Well, Tamara. This little Canon, if it'll focus, this is called a Black Beauty. This is a Canon EF. This I bought in 1974. Yes, I bought this. My grandmother had passed and she left me some money, and I bought this. It's my film, and it still runs. And then there's another couple other ones back there that are Canons. Yes. Anyway, I just, it's just pretty amazing to be able. So I got it fixed, and I'm very pleased. So that's my story, and we're going to head on to the rest of the evening because I got to get the scenes up here in front of this. Oh, Higgly piggly. And where'd the scenes go? Whoa. Oh, there they are. And for some reason, I think in all my adjusting of everything, I must have unplugged my Stream Deck because it's not on. So I'm having to go over here and find things. Such trials. Anyway, everybody, tonight is show and tell. So that means we have some things to do right here. Yay! So we're going to start out with Lupe, and she has this piece that she's told me in her email that this was something that she had done on a live, I believe, and someone purchased it she'd done it on a live demo, and then someone contacted her and purchased it. But I thought that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It's beautiful sunflower. I've seen that. I know another sunflower that you did that was a bigger one. I remember one. Didn't you do a bigger last summer? Do a great big beautiful sunflower? This is gorgeous. I like the variation of the leaf color, and I like this other pop of color over here on the right side. That kind of just helps to frame it and bring it in. And it looks like you did it on top of a pour. Did you? Is that right? Tell us. Tell us, tell us. What does Lupe say? My dogs are covering fireworks. Cannon. I'm looking to see if Kathy Walker showed us some of her vintage camera. Oh yeah, you did, Kathy. Kathy was talking about that. And Luis was talking about that on his show last night about Kathy's. You were at Pod Summit, weren't you, Mr. Wicks? Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm surprised Atlanta survived. And that it didn't make national news with the crew that was there. This crew of my friends at Bucket Fillers, a crew of my friends was at Pod Summit this past few days. Doc Rock and Mr. Camera Junkie Luis and Mr. Wicks was there. Stephen Wicks, and I saw Michelle was there. And I think Kathy was here. She was here last Thursday. She dropped in, and they just kind of tore it up. And I did had an amazing time networking and seeing all kinds of things. Yes. Anyway, Lupe, she did this on a pour. And if you guys haven't caught Lupe's lives in there that she does, you guys all know her channel, and put on your notifications so you know when that she does her lives and her live selling thing. It's very cool. It's a very great platform that she's using, and I think it's helping her a lot. I'm interested in joining her on that and trying it too, but right now I'm kind of like, I gotta get the bitch barn done. Sorry, but that's the truth. My own Airbnb art bitch barn. Anyway, so this is gorgeous though. She's the sunflower. You know, sunflowers make us smile. And I am so glad. So yay! Okay, next we have Tamara. Okay, Tamara. Oh, I'm gonna block out some of them. She just sent me these, so I didn't get a chance to read the email, Tamara. Hang on. Oh, I did the wrong thing. There we go. So this is one that was doodling with pen and something or other else. Let me find here her email. Where is it? There. Tamara. The Dunart. Is this the Dunart? No, this isn't. The doodling. Well, this is a doodling one that she says come on. Oh, this is from college, from collage, doodling with pen and some collage from 2000. This is one of hers. There's her signature. Tamara, did I tell you that my sister Patty she uses 3 little birds up in the corner as her signature on all of her things that she's doing, those Zentangles that she's doing now? It's really cool. This is gorgeous. I really like this. And then she has, let's see this one. This is, what's she say in her email? The Dunart is from 1993, and it's a collage on handmade paper. Wow. I love that, Tamara, that you are unearthing the art that you've had. It does my heart good to see that you've stuck with it for this song. And I mean, I'm new to this area of like this kind of art, drawing and painting and that kind of stuff. I'm pretty new to it, a couple years, with you guys. But I could dig out photos and stuff like that. But this, I love this. A Dunart? Is that what this is? I love it. On handmade paper. Wow. So good. Is a small creature. Nice. Nice. And then let's see if I can do this and this. Oops, I need to cross this one out. I got that one there. I got it. And this is from scraps to collage. The bird's nest is an early piece. Oh, this is the scraps, and the other one was a bird's nest. This is an early piece from 2000. I got them. And there. Again, her gorgeous pieces that she does. The simplicity in them that is so complex. The color that you used in the back, the ombre of the reds, just that little bit of violet in the moon that picks up that little bit of violet in the background of the red, and then how that's so cool. I love that. Yay! Very good. Very cool. Okay, and then this. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you saw my little ditty that I did. The other day I went to an atelier group that I have, and I decided to just take up some watercolors. I had done this drawing as a doodle drawing. I started it with Layla, and then I finished it kind of on the way back up and drawing and different kind of things on the drive. And it had been just a pen drawing, and it was just kind of goofy. So I went to this atelier group and took a bunch of old watercolors that I had, and I mean, like they're good. They're Daniel Smith, so they're gonna stay nice. But they're old tubes that I got from like a garage sale or something. I don't know where I got them, but some of them were kind of dried up, and I just sat there and just kind of mixed them in and slopped them on while Chris was talking and going through everybody's stuff, and then we were all talking about everything he was doing, and it was just really kind of fun to sit and paint and do. And yeah, so this is what I did. This has been kind of the extent of art that I've gotten to this week, because it's not like I haven't painted. And if you saw underneath my fingernails, you would find gray paint or gray blue paint that is from the shed. But this is about as much. I didn't even doodle this week. Just kind of. But so this is what I did. This was my fun little whimsical. There were watercolors that kind of were pretty. Some of them were almost gouache-like. Like this one was almost gouache-like. And I just put them on thick. To tell a story that would be an awesome. That's what somebody else told me that they saw it, that they thought it would be a great children's illustration for a children's book. We just have to come up with a story. I have to come, I mean, goodness, look at the lashes on her. Bob's, of course, What does Bob say? He said, "This is this is my left brain husband." Do rabbits have eyelashes? And I'm like, mine do, and they also have like green eyeshadow. He's like, what? So that's that one for me. And I'm going to go on to, there we go. All right. So, on to tonight's stories. So, I called it tonight Around the World. SCVS. Imagination and Whimsy. Thanks, Tamara. Thank you, Susan. And thank you, Lynn. Skippy John says they can. Skippy John says they can have eyelashes.
You betcha. Skippy John Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or six times I land on my head.
That's just for you, Linda. All right, so tonight I am telling stories. I called it Around the World, or something like that, because they're stories that come from all 8 places, and they're due back at the library, and I just thought it was a cross cultures was a good thought for me, and plus the artwork in them is cool. This first one is called Threads. Zlata's Ukrainian shirt. And I love this one too because it has a little bit of history lesson you get on the development of things. It's by Lynn Maslow, and she did the illustrations also. She is a children's book author and illustrator working in Anderson, South Carolina. She's originally from Ukraine. Lena immigrated to, the United States in 1989, 2 years before the fall of the Soviet Union. Lena's other books include Free as a Bird, The Story of Malala, and which is a Junior Library Guild selection. And she also wrote Through the Wardrobe, How C.S. Lewis Created Narnia. Ooh. She's the winner of the Living and Dream Book Award and Through the Wardrobe, How... Oh, wow, that's cool. Anyway, this book is called Threads, and it just... I grew up with a mom that sewed all my clothes, and she embroidered things on for certain times when they were in fashion, those gauze shirts that were in fashion in the early 70s, and did things like that. And then I remember when I was at college, some of the first these type of shirts came from those areas, and we had them at the stores in the U District. They were kind of hippie-like gauze things that they were embroidered in this beautiful stuff, and people were always like, gosh, how come they're expensive? And we're like, these are hand done. But, it's just wonderful, this story that goes along with this. And so welcome to Threads. There it is. Zlata's Ukrainian shirt. The beautiful red poppies. My name, Zlata, means golden. Let me get myself up here and make myself a little smaller. Here we go. Like my hair, Mama says, and like the wheat fields that stretched across Ukraine. But in the year 1932, those fields began to fade away. Communists had come from Russia and began to take over the countryside. I already paid my fair share, Papa argued when they came to collect taxes. Still, they stood in the doorway until we gave them money or grain. Finally, Mama insisted that we hide what was left. We put food in the attic and a few coins under the floorboards. Mama tucked our Bible under a mattress, and Papa buried our last 2 bags of grain. From then on, I ate quickly, eyeing the door in case the officials came back. Our neighbors came over to celebrate. Mama took the tea and sugar out of their hiding places. Do you like my birthday shirt? I asked my best friend Yara. She sighed. It's not fair that some people have things that others don't. But Papa worked hard to buy the thread and cloth, I said. Mama stayed up many nights embroidering it. My papa says that soon communism will make everyone equal, said Yeba. Well, I lowered my voice. My papa says that the communists are just here to take from us. Summer turned to fall, and the chill began to creep under the door. One night there was a knock. The officials came back, but this time Yeva's father was there with them. He told them where everything was hidden. A brigade searched the house. They loaded the wagon with jars of pickled tomatoes and cucumbers, bags of potatoes and cabbages and beets, even furniture. They threw the Bible into the stove. As the sun came up, they used sharp sticks to search underground but didn't find our buried grain. So they yanked the vegetables out of the garden and the fruits off the trees. They took our horse and cow and chickens. Don't touch the wheat or poppies, they warned. Your fields belong to the state now. They took my shirt. For weeks, Mama wandered the village asking about Papa and begging for food. Did I miss a page? Nope. Whoop. Feels like I missed a page. Oh, I did. Oh, they took my shirt. Then they took my Papa. For weeks, Mama wandered the village asking about Papa and begging for food. But no one could help. The communists had pilfered many homes and arrested many Ukrainians. As we walked past the school for children of government officials, I could smell food cooking. Had the vegetables come from our garden? My stomach ached. I wondered if Yeva went to that school now. The communists returned and harvested our wheat and poppies. Why are they taking all of our food? I cried. It's so unfair. The communists teach that everything belongs to everyone, Mama said. They claim to take from the rich and give it to the poor, but really they just take from everyone and give to whom they please. So why did they take Papa away? Because he didn't agree with their ideas. Some children go into the wheat fields at night to pick grain, I told Mama. The guards won't see us. Mama smiled. You are a sweet girl, Zlata. Soon we will find some thread, and I'll teach you to embroider. They might take our food from us, but we can continue our traditions. That night, I saw Yeva. She started to say something, but I wasn't going to listen. It was her family's fault that Papa was gone. Where is Papa, I wondered. When is he coming home? We needed him. Time passed slowly. One cold morning I saw a familiar wagon leaving Yeva's house. I peeked into her window. Yeva and her mama stood in the middle of the empty home. Yeva saw me. Wait, she said, and ran outside. The communists arrested my Papa, she said. Isn't he one of them? I demanded. Yeva hung her head. He did help them at first, but then he lost his job, and I was kicked out of school, and now they've taken him away. And she began to cry. I'm sorry, Zlata, about your Papa. I'm sorry about yours, too. We ducked into their small barn. The chickens were gone, the mud stamped by government boots. I think it's still here, Yeva said, and she tugged a bag out from behind some wooden boards, and out of it she pulled My shirt! But how? I wondered. Papa was rewarded for revealing your hiding places, Yeva explained. He was allowed to take some things from the plunder. My shirt seemed to glow in the dark and dirty place. I tried it on once, Yeva admitted, but then I had it for you. Then I hid it for you. Do you think we can be friends again? I hugged her. We can take turns wearing it. Years later, when I was ready to leave home, Mama made me a new shirt for my journey. I thought back to Papa's words. Red is for love and black is for sadness. But this time, Mama added some new colored threads. Blue is for healing and green for renewal. And gold for the hope that one day the wheat fields will again touch the sky. And that's Zlata's threads. Isn't that beautiful? I have a feeling I missed a page. Oh, I did. I missed how she got the shirt. That summer was my 8th birthday. Mama and Papa gave me a handmade shirt with black and red threads, 2 traditional colors of Ukrainian embroidery. Red is for love and black is for sadness, Papa said. Life has good times and hard times. Even though the communists are making life difficult, we still have each other. My shirt must have had 1,000 embroidered stitches. I wanted to run through the village, but Mama warned me not to show it off. The communists don't like Ukrainian clothes or any display of wealth. I skipped a page. I'm sorry. But that's Zlata's Ukrainian shirt threads. Where am I? There I am. Okay. That's one. These are getting due. All right. The next one is by Lauren Castillo, and she's the illustrator too on this one. She is a Caldecott Medal winner and or an honorist. Lauren Castillo has illustrated many books for children, including Happy Like Soccer by Mary Beth Boltz, Yard Sale by Eve Bunting, Imagine by Juan Felipe Herrera, and This is a Story by John Shu. She's also the author-illustrator of Nana in the City, which received a Caldecott honor. She lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which just happens to be the setting of Just Like Millie. And she modeled Millie and one of Millie's new friends after her late adopted dogs Peanut and Kiko, and dreams of rescuing another sweet pup into one day soon. And this is a story called Just Like Millie. But first, oh my gosh. Hey, there's Roy. Hi, tech troublemaker. Hey, Roy, I got it figured out. As you can see, when I go overhead, I was telling, here we go for this. So the vision you're seeing of the book, you guys, is with that Canon PowerShot B10 that I figured out. As I said, and I'm telling Roy because I don't think he was here. He came in earlier on the live stream. I was looking to try to say live stream and trying to get it, and what I was missing was that I was just going to use it as a webcam because I can live stream with it, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. And there was a setting buried in the wrench setting in Canon in the 3rd chapter over, down, couple, and I just had to change one setting and voila, it's all good. I have it set right now. I have it set on its digital zoom for 1.5 digital zoom so that it zooms in on the book a little better, and then I can see the book without having to look down too much. Just like Millie. Yeah. In a third world, and not as a tourist. My parents in Michigan and many friends moved to Cali. Our house was full of cultures. I was blessed. Yes. I think having those, multiple cultures all over, I think it's one of the things uh, I have always found to be really fascinating and enjoyed the most. Meeting different people and enjoying their different cultures. Let's see, this book, the illustrations were done in ink, watercolor, and soft pastel. Which I have a friend who's a soft pastel artist, and man, that's a tough medium. She's one, oh, it's just amazing. So, you guys, this is just like Millie, and for all of you who once were shy, I think you'll like this book. Before Millie, it was just Mom and me in a new city. Our new apartment, just the two of us. Our new home was nice. It was cozy. And when Mom had to work in the next room, I was just fine on my own, building, reading, creating. I didn't mind being alone. It felt safe. Do you want to go to the park today and meet some kids your age? Mom would ask. No, I'd say. I'd rather play here. Mom would nod and say, okay. Once on the way home from the market, we ran into our new neighbors. They have kids around my age. Mom tried to arrange a play date, but my face turned hot and my eyes felt wet. No, I said. Mom sighed. She rubbed my back and said, okay. And there was another time after that when the bookseller in the shop invited Mom and me to story time. When Mom said that would be lovely, I shrank to the ground and cried till my face was bright red. Mom sighed and gave me a tight hug. Okay, she said. One afternoon, Mom said, we're going out, and it was a surprise. I asked lots of questions, but Mom's lips were sealed. Inside, a lady met us with a dog in her arms. A not too big, a not too small dog. A just right dog. This is Millie, the lady said. Would you like to pet her? I was nervous, but I wanted to pet Millie. Okay, I said quietly. I put my hand out like the lady showed me, and Millie sniffed it. It tickled, and then she kissed my arm. I think she loved me right away. Would you like to bring Millie home? Mom smiled. Yes, I whispered. I would really like that. Millie's ears wiggled back and forth, and I think she liked that too. Inside our apartment, I showed Millie around. She wanted to sniff every single thing, so it took a while. Mom said we could set her bed up in my room like roommates. I gave Millie my favorite stuffy to sleep with that first night, and I let my arm drop off the side of the bed so she would feel safe. After Millie joined our family, we took walks 3 times a day. When people waved, I felt shy, and I looked away, but Millie wagged back. She wasn't afraid. On every walk, we met at least one new person. It was less scary each time. It felt safe with Millie. And soon, we started seeing familiar faces wherever we walked. A few even said hello when I recognized them. I even said hello to them. One evening, Mom suggested taking Millie to the dog park. I wasn't sure about this. It sounded like too many dogs and too many people. But then I thought about Millie. She liked dogs and people. Okay, I said. We rounded the corner and slipped through the park's gate. Mom let Millie off her leash. Millie did what she does best. Made friends. We sat down at a bench and watched Millie play. Another mom and girl entered the park and let their dog off leash too. I saw them walking toward us and I got nervous. The mom smiled but continued past us to the next bench. I kept peeking over to see if her daughter noticed me. When she finally turned my way, I got scared and ducked behind my mom. I looked across the park at Millie. She never seemed nervous about making new friends. I peeked over at the girl on the next bench again, and I wondered if she was nervous about making friends too. "Mom," I whispered, "should we go say hello?" I nodded toward the girl and her mom. Mom must have been surprised because her eyes got real big. "Of course," Mom said. "Let's say hello." And we walked to the next bench. I took a breath, and then I smiled. "Hello," I said, and the girl smiled back. "Hi," she said. It felt safe. And just like Millie, I made a friend. And that's just like Millie. Oh my gosh. How wonderful. The precious wonderness, the wonder of dogs, of little animals, what they do for us. Never take out thoughts. Great illustrations. Let's see them. It's his mom and I go, yeah, talking about the museums there. It's always, they're difficult things to experience and to, it's important we never forget. Let's see. Illustrations on this sweet story. Yes, it is a sweet story about, making friends and what we do. And the last one, do I have time? We have time. I have one more book, and it's called Desert Song. And this is by Lake and Zaya Kemp, and it's illustrated by Beatrix Gutierrez Hernandez. The author is a writer living in Austin, Texas. She's the author of Somewhere Between Bitter and Sweet, a 2022 Purabelle Prix Honor recipient, and several novels, as well as a picture book, A Crown for Corinna. She has 3 objectives when it comes to storytelling. This I like. To make people laugh, cry, and crave Mexican food. Yeah, all right. Her work celebrates Chicana grit, resilience, creativity, and joy while exploring themes of identity and mental health. And the illustrator, Beatrix Gutierrez Hernandez, is an illustrator and animator born and raised in Guadalajara, Mexico. She graduated from Pratt Institute with a BFA in Communications Design and lived in Brooklyn, New York for several years. She's the illustrator of Dreams from Many Rivers and the author and illustrator of Benito Juarez Fights for Justice. She splits her time between New York and Mexico. Well, that's a nice split to do. Yes, this is all around the world. I said I was going to go around the world. I had picked up, these books are due back at the library like yesterday or the day before. 4th of July, all that stuff and things. So I wanted to get them to you because I'm just checking to see if this, okay. This is the cover. Let me show you the cover. on this one. Where am I? There. Okay. Again, this is one of the ones that has, so there's the cover, Desert Song. At least the book jacket. That's not the cover. The cover inside is that really beautiful moonlit type. Oh, just kind of cool illustrations. So always check underneath the covers. Check under the covers. Desert Song. Laken Camp. Illustrated by Beatrix Gutierrez Hernandez. It's got a really beautiful color palette, and the illustrations are done with colored pencil, acrylic gouache, and colored pencil, and edited in Photoshop. Cool. All right, here we go. I may have to go back and forth. Okay, this is where I have to do something because it's a little bit off in you being able to see. Let me just zoom it. Oh, no, not that. Oh well. I'll catch the edges for you guys. If there's anything on the edges, we'll bring it back and forth. This is where the 1.5 digital zoom, and I haven't figured out how to do it without messing around. So I'm not going to mess around. Desert Song. The sun rules in the desert, telling us when to rise and when to sleep. The sun sits atop the mountain while cracklings snap and hiss on the stove. The sky blushes and it's time for tea. The porch swings and belly rubs. When the night comes, so do the coyotes and the cicadas and the giant barn owls. They howl and buzz and hoot, a chorus in need of a band. Aunt Ophelia presses her lips to the flute, calling down the wind. It starts with a soft tapping, Uncle Eduardo drumming his hands against the dusty jeans. My cousin Tiago beats the leather hide of his hand drum. My sister Esme joins in next, shaking her maracas and mimicking the rattlesnakes sleeping beneath our feet. Over it all, my father begins to hum, while Grandma plucks the strings of her guitar, hands moving slow, nodding for me to follow along. Like this, she says, showing me where to put my fingers. Mine's smaller, with only 5 strings, but I practice it every day after school, waiting for nightfall, for the stars, for my own chance to shine. The sound of my grandfather on El Guaro matches the cricket's song, a twilight harmony that warms us from the inside out. When my mother opens her mouth to sing, a hush falls over the desert. The clouds move, drawn back like curtains, and on the other side I see the moon, giant and watchful, a memory of the sun. Mommy sings about memories too, about the coyote remembering the stars, about the cacti remembering the rain. Soon, everyone is singing. Between us, Flames dance, sometimes for making shadow puppets, sometimes for roasting marshmallows, always for telling stories, like the one we write together, with old instruments and even older memories. That's why we play, my father says, with your great great grandfather's vihuela and my godmother's ocarina, to remind us that they're still alive between the notes, that when we sing to them, they're listening. I listen too to the animals rejoining our song, night birds warbling, the coyote calls back with a loud grito of its own, all of us looking up, searching for familiar shapes in the stars, all of us remembering something. We play to the glittering sky overhead, an audience of our ancestors. Face turned up, I breathe in the faint smell of rain. Lightning strikes like a spotlight. Thunder rolls like a hollow drum. And the rain on our tin roof sounds like applause. And a note from the author. She says, I can read it. I grew up in a town 3,000 feet above sea level. Let me kind of pull this back up here where I can see it better. Hang on. There. I have to pull it up here where I can see it. I grew up in a town 3,000 feet above sea level on a capped rock in the center of the Llano Estacado. Supposedly, it got its name from when Spanish colonizers first arrived. They found the flat plains and endless blue skies so disorienting that they would get lost. They started driving giant stakes into the ground and using them as markers just to find their way back to camp. As a child, looking up at the stars at night, seeing how they stretched into infinity or staring out into a cotton field that seemed to go on forever, I would often get lost too. This story is about that feeling of being so small in a world so big. But just because we feel small sometimes, it doesn't mean we are. The truth that the main character learns through these songs that tell the story of his ancestors is that his ancestors are still with him, that he is actually a part of something big. The story is about this feeling too, of being connected, of being rooted in something old and powerful. I hope you remember that the next time you feel like the world's too big or you're too small, that you are rooted in something deep and powerful too. Oh, wow. And from the artist, she says, as I was illustrating Desert Song, I kept thinking about my own memories and family and music. I was reminded that when I was growing up, music was a constant element within my family. My parents loved playing jazz, classical, and Brazilian music. Some of my most precious childhood memories involve waking up to the sound of Caetano Veloso's singing, the smell of freshly made breakfast, and the sharing of morning with family with a soft light would seep into the kitchen. I was aiming to show this warm, fuzzy feeling through the inhabitants of the story and their relationship with their surroundings. I wanted everything to flow and to feel intertwined with the characters, their ancestors' nature, and the vast desert. Everyone and everything living together in harmony. Reading and illustrating this story brought me to the present too and highlighted for me the value of connection. Lacan's words about loneliness and fear as a result of an overwhelming world resonated with me. And I thought about how when one is feeling defeated, connections with music, friends, and family, pets, and nature can help clear out a little bit of the fog. See, picture books tell so much more than just the story. That's that. And that's that. So, what's here? What's everybody saying? Oh, I had an ocarina. I didn't know what happened to it. You did, Tamara. Wow. I know. The Desert Song was it just was a kind of an uplifting book with music, and the song, it just reminded me that the getting lost, where they looked at the stars to not get lost. My dad used to navigate at night on the boat by the stars, and he could navigate through this. It was always important to know how to get yourself back on track if your anchor came loose. Very different places, but same ideas. Well, you guys, that's story time for tonight. Story and art. Thanks, you guys, for sharing things. Lupe and Tamara, thank you so much for sending in your stuff. I hope everybody else is having a chance to do some creative things. After I read that section from the Creative Act, I did a short of that and put that out. So if you guys didn't see that, if you want to hear it again, it's on my pages. It's under shorts and reels, it was supposed to be a short, but it actually turned out to be a small video. So I did a couple other things in there. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll be back on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, I get to go see Layla and Lachlan. They are right now at Philip's sister is getting married, Lisa's wedding, and Layla was sending me pictures. She was all dressed up. She had her hair curled. She had earrings. She had makeup on. She and Lachlan got to walk down the aisle as the, I think, ring bearer and flower girl for Auntie Lisa. So today, that was pretty cool. Anyway, you guys, so I get to see them in the morning before they head back to super hot weather in Mesa. I mean, we have hot, but they're roasting. Anyway, you guys, I hope everybody takes care. Have a good week, and thank you for being here to help kick my week off with my buckets filled for sure with these good books. And I hope you enjoyed the artwork, and it maybe gave you a little inspiration of something you might want to do. Take some time for yourself this week. Do something creative for yourself. Remember, you are very important to a lot of people, but you're very important to yourself. So treat yourself with kindness and wonderfulness, please. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I'll see you Thursday. Maybe. Ah, well, where's the close? Oh, here it is. Boom.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like up and